very grateful for Randy and the Alignable team. It is always a joy to join you all and to provide some insights into what we've seen work tremendously well with our small business customers. So, thank you all from all over the country for joining today. And as Randy mentioned, I'm here to talk about lead source attribution, what it is, why it's important, customer considerations, and how you can get started. Now we're going to start with the basics, but I would like to open this presentation. I do have a general curiosity to know about the folks who are here, what your level of experience is with marketing. Does it feel intimidating? Is it kind of exciting? Do you look forward to that aspect of running your business? Or can it feel a little bit like a labyrinth where the second that you feel you have something mastered, someone like me comes along and says, actually, you need to be paying attention to this, this, and this in order to be successful. All of these emotions and thoughts and feelings make a lot of sense because there is more to marketing than meets the eye. So, the basic 101 of marketing attribution is that it is the process of identifying which marketing channels or sources are driving leads for a business. And there are many formats for tracking success, but the most important aspect is making sure that each marketing campaign has a unique identifier that you can tie back to that campaign. For example, you might be running an email campaign or have an online directory listing. You're obviously accepting word of mouth referrals and offering a special promotion over social media. How can you determine which ones are bringing you leads and not only bringing you leads, but driving sales? This is where we have lead attribution models that come into play. There are many different models to choose from, and there are three common ones that you will run into. First touch attribution. This model is pretty cut and dry as it looks. It attributes 100% of the credit to the first point of interaction that the prospect had with your business. Essentially, this model gives full credit to the way the lead found your business initially. Last touch attribution is a model that gives 100% of the credit to the last touch point that the lead had with your business before converting to a sale. For example, let's say a lead found your business 3 months ago through a Facebook ad, but recently they clicked on an email campaign that you had put them into as a nurture, for example, and it had a special offer. This attribution model would give 100% of the credit to the email campaign that drove that sale. And lastly, there's the multi-touch attribution. This model factors in all touch points a lead interacted with before converting to a sale. Different weights are assigned to each touch point, and the full credit is distributed to each touch point that the lead interacted with before converting to a sale. This is more advanced. It's a more advanced form of lead source tracking, and it usually requires having some sort of CRM solution in place to help you monitor all of that activity. For small business owners, we typically recommend the first touch attribution model because it is the easiest to track. It doesn't require a CRM and attributes success by tracking how leads initially found your business. So let's briefly chat about why lead source tracking is important. And we're only 3 slides into this presentation, and you may already be wondering, is this effort going to be worth it? Does lead source tracking matter all that much in the early stages of business development? And it absolutely does. Lead source tracking is important for several reasons. The first, it helps businesses understand which marketing channels or campaigns are driving the most valuable leads, allowing them to allocate their marketing dollars more effectively. Second, lead source tracking helps businesses measure the return on investment or your ROI for your marketing campaigns, which allows you to make more data-driven decisions. By knowing what is working and what is not, lead source tracking provides continuous feedback that allows businesses to optimize marketing efforts as they take place in real time. And lastly, through tracking specific lead sources, businesses can identify customer behavior trends, as well as customer preferences, which they use to alter their messaging and engagement strategies accordingly. Now that we know why lead source tracking is important, we can dive into some strategies that you can use to get started. Although tracking your leads can seem like a difficult task, there are some simple strategies that small businesses can use to better understand how their marketing campaigns are working. The first strategy that we recommend is simply asking your customers how they heard about you. When a customer purchases a product at your store or calls you to schedule a service, ask them how they found your business. This is a tried and true method for tracking your leads, and it's a great starting point. We also recommend keeping track of this information by some way, shape, or form. It could be by using a free or low cost CRM solution. We'll provide examples later, or a simple Excel spreadsheet that you can update over time. Another free and effective method for tracking your leads is through using promo codes. Let's say you're running a Facebook ad and an email promotion. Even if the discount is the exact same, you can create a unique promo code for each campaign. When the customer redeems that promo code, you can then collect and store that information to determine which of the two campaigns was more effective. Now, let's say you have multiple campaigns running at the same time and you have many prospects calling your business. A great low cost method for tracking your phone calls is by using a call tracking solution. Call tracking software works essentially by assigning a unique phone number to each of your marketing campaigns. You might be running a Facebook ad, an email campaign, and an ad in the local newspaper. And on top of all of that, prospects are searching for your business online and are calling you after visiting your website. Call tracking software works by tying a unique phone number to each of those initiatives, and every phone call that is placed to those unique phone numbers is then forwarded to your main business line. Using call tracking software, you can see how many phone calls are made to each of those unique phone numbers, and more importantly, how many of those phone calls lead to sales. If you're interested in learning more about any sort of call tracking software, I do want to throw out there Ruby partners with CallRail, and that's one of the leading call tracking solutions available today. If you have specific questions about this part of lead tracking, just put it in the Q&A chat. If you would like an introduction to the CallRail team, I'm happy to facilitate that. Another great free resource that you can use to keep track of your leads is Google Analytics. And I'm sure many of you are familiar or are actively familiarizing yourself with Google Analytics. It's a tool that helps keep track of your website visitors. For example, you authored a brand new blog and you want to see how many website visitors are viewing the page. You can paste the URL of the page in Google Analytics, and Google Analytics will show you information like how many visitors viewed the page, how long they stayed on the page, and what keywords they searched to find your page, along with a myriad of additional information. Using Google Analytics a bit further, another awesome way to determine how your marketing campaigns are working is by building UTMs. UTMs are unique trackable links that allow you to track each individual online marketing campaign. We use UTMs a ton at Ruby, and they are incredibly helpful for determining how your online marketing campaigns are performing. If you're running a Facebook ad, an email campaign, or even have a banner ad on a website that's relevant to your industry, use a UTM builder. You can create unique UTM links for each initiative, and then you can determine how many website visitors each initiative generates. During or after the campaign, you can log into Google Analytics to measure how much the entire campaign performed and adjust your spending or focus on areas that you see are proving to work for your business. Now, we have talked through some strategies. Let's chat through some of the free tools you can use to keep track of all of these leads. To begin, you can use some of the free website tracking tools listed here to gain a better understanding of how many visitors are viewing your website. If you have a specific landing page that has a special discount, you can measure how many users are clicking through that page to understand how many impressions you're receiving. Taking this a step further, you can use these tools to understand how your prospects are interacting with the pages on your website. This is important because you can determine if users are immediately exiting after viewing your page, what keywords they're searching for to find your page, and then if they visited your page, did they visit any additional pages? You can use all of this information to edit and optimize your website, again, in real time, which will provide your users with a better experience that can definitely influence your bottom line. You can use all of this information to edit. And furthermore, there are tons of free resources that you can use to build UTMs. When building UTMs, you just want to be sure that you understand how your UTMs translate to your website tracking tools like Google Analytics. When you create UTMs, you can add unique identifiers known as UTM terms within custom UTM links that you can create. Then you can use website tracking tools to determine how many website visitors clicked on specific UTMs that you made. As a starting point, we recommend using Google Analytics because it is easy to use, it's completely free, and it automatically pulls in your website data. And lastly, we have some free CRM solutions that you can research. All of the solutions above have free plans. Just be aware that if you do want to use their more advanced features, it will require a paid subscription. And one alternative you can use if you're just starting out is simply keeping track of your leads in a spreadsheet. Do want to be aware that using a spreadsheet will require some extra time and effort to manage. When considering using some sort of CRM solution, it's important to think about how many contacts or leads you're going to try to keep track of. This will influence whether you can get away with using a free plan or if you might need a paid subscription. Now you have an understanding of lead source tracking. The next question should be, how do small businesses market and their marketing tactics succeed when we are entering a world that is ever increasing in a competitive landscape that is also virtual? The answer is that you need to be able to connect with your customers. As mentioned before, lead source tracking is a great way to identify customer behavior trends as well as customer preferences. Customer engagement is an important topic because it's the act of building a relationship between Randy, what did you do? A company and its customers. I'm just joking, Randy. I love you. This relationship is based on mutual trust, respect, and a shared understanding of what each party wants from the other. Customer engagement can be achieved through various tactics, such as direct interactions with customers, real-time marketing, social media outreach, etc. The trick is customers are expecting more from businesses than ever before. Your customers need responses immediately. When you're making marketing plans, plan ahead. I really encourage you to anticipate your own needs. If everything goes right with your marketing, are you going to be available to answer any lead call that comes through, even if it's after hours? Are you able to stay on top of social media? If you are running email campaigns, how are those leads reaching out to you? This is important because according to HubSpot, 90% of consumers say immediate responses are important or very important when they have customer service related questions. And most consumers define immediate as 10 minutes or less. This reinforces similar research from McKinsey that found that 75% of people expect a response or help within just 5 minutes of reaching out. Your customers want to talk to a human too. The vast majority, 86% of people, would rather talk to a human than a voicemail box or any form of artificial intelligence. To add to that, topping this list of automated tech consumers dislike are interactive voice response or IVR systems. According to research performed by Gladly, IVR remains a wildly unpopular choice amongst consumers, with 98% admitting they try to bypass IVR systems to get straight to a human service agent. I know I press zero as much as possible until I can get a hold of a rep. And the unfortunate truth is customer service isn't measuring up to customer expectations. 9 out of 10 customers say businesses fail to meet their expectations, and customer satisfaction actually reached 20-year low in 2022, with 70% of companies having declining or flat customer satisfaction scores. And poor customer experience is costing businesses $1.6 trillion every year. And you're probably wondering, Steffney, what does this insight have to do with anything at all related to lead source tracking? Well, thank you very much for asking. Otherwise, the presentation would just end right now. As you work on your marketing strategy, your customers should be top of mind. Their needs, their wants, and expectations, it all matters as you aim to create a winning strategy and clean lead tracking that is channeled where your ideal customers are, as well as ensure that all captured leads are qualified. You may be wondering just how customer experience ties into customer engagement. Isn't customer experience something that customer service typically manages? Partly so, yes. Customer experience, often abbreviated to CX, is how your customer responds to your customer journey touchpoints from A to Z, or from discovering your business to post service delivery or product purchase interactions. The main goal of customer experience is to provide and improve how customers interact with your brand. There are three main components to customer experience. Number one is discovery. This component is all about how companies contact customers and how they make that contact relevant and meaningful. Having good discovery is all about knowing where and when to market. Think back to the advertisements, the online presence, the email campaigns that we were just talking about. Number two is engagement. This component is about how customers interact with the company and the company products. Having good engagement is all about finding ways for customers to interact with products in new ways that yield benefits. We actually polled the Alignable community to hear from you all directly, and some of the most common engagement methods mentioned were email, social media, and phone. Customer experience happens across every single one of those channels. Consider additional ways that could pleasantly surprise your customers. How can they reach you on social media? And what social media channels are you active on? How about website chat or website forms? Do you offer your customers the opportunity to text your business line? Do you offer contactless payment? One easy way to improve customer experience is in this category by ensuring that your customers can reach your business after hours. Customer experience solutions like Ruby can help provide your customers with instant access to your business. It ensures that you don't miss any revenue driving opportunities while also aiming to give you time back in your day so that you're not having to be glued to your phone or glued to your laptop. And number three is delivery. This component combines speed with consistency. Because customers want to deliver products and services on time and in good condition. When you evaluate these stages in your own business, you're starting the process of learning to anticipate the needs of your customers. As customer expectations continue to rise and change, consumers view their experience more important than ever before. In fact, PricewaterhouseCoopers reported 73% of consumers believe that customer experience is a deciding factor when making purchasing decisions. Customer-centric companies know that solving for customer needs and exceeding expectations along the way is how to drive healthy business growth and foster good relationships with the people that your company serves. So we know everything we should need to know about customer experience and its impact on engagement with your business through every marketing touch point. Now, I want to dive into some engagement strategies that small businesses can use to get the ball rolling. If you're early on in your customer engagement journey, you might be curious to know how you can boost customer engagement when you're still learning how to build your audience. The good news is that there are numerous strategies that small businesses can implement to improve customer engagement and drive more revenue. It depends on your experience, your goals, your audience, and honestly, quite a bit of trial and error. Not every customer interacts with your business the same way. Giving your customers choices for how they interact with your business fosters not only loyalty, but it may encourage them to spend more money with you as well. How your customers want to interact will vary based on their needs. Making those interactions connect seamlessly means integrating your business with technology, processes, and people who understand your vision and goal for your customer's experience. For instance, when a customer interacts with your business online, they should be able to initiate a phone call with a professional who sees and understands what the customer was looking for online. Optimizing the connection between website, live chat, or phone calls without your customer having to explain themselves and their story 3 times over creates a better customer journey. And believe it or not, customer experience starts before anyone even buys something from you. As I mentioned before, an excellent place to start is with customer feedback. If lead sourcing is still on your to do list, or your lead sourcing isn't consistent or reliable, you can always ask your customers how they found you, where they engage with you the most currently, and pay attention to how they respond to your services and products. Whether you collect feedback through surveys, customer interviews, or online reviews, it's important to pay attention to what your customers say that and make adjustments accordingly. If you need some more insight, encourage your customers to leave reviews and testimonials. This is a great way to hear positive feedback that you can use to showcase the quality of your products and services. It also helps to attract new customers who are seeking recommendations before they make a purchasing decision. And if you're currently paying for or you plan on paying for targeted advertising, be sure to consider who you need to connect with and when. Targeted ads are a wonderful way to engage with customers. Whether you're utilizing pay per click ads or display ads on social media platforms, you want to be sure that you will receive the best return on your investment by targeting your ads carefully to reach the people you're most likely to engage with. And as I mentioned earlier, a tracking system will need to be in place so you can determine which ads are performing the best. And for the customers who are past the discovery phase and they're entering the engagement phase, be sure to provide them with a live friendly customer service rep along the way until they get through the sales process. This will build trust early on in the relationship and it improves customer satisfaction. No matter what, consider the customer's experience. No matter the strategy you choose, think about what will appeal to them and make their experience with your brand more pleasant. One of the most effective ways to engage with customers is by creating customized interactions that speak to their needs and preferences. Customers are becoming choosier of the brands they're shopping. They're seeking out offers and personalized content that matches their interests, their needs, and their personalities. Shoppers can control when, how, and where they engage with brands thanks to smart devices. When they're looking for a product or service, chances are that they will find dozens of businesses selling what they're looking for, and that is where customer experience becomes a key differentiator. Companies can accomplish this through hyper personalization using data and analytics to customize the products, deals, communication channels through which they engage with customers and optimizing each customer's experience. I have some examples for you too. We'll take Cadbury for an example. They're known for their dairy milk chocolate. They used customer insights to create personalized video ads posted to consumers' social media channels and achieved a 65% click through rate, which is wildly successful. Trader Joe's is another great example. They earned $1,750 in sales per square foot, in part because they customize each store's inventory based on customer feedback. At Trader Joe's, store managers and team members ask customers which products they prefer and use that feedback to influence which grocery items are added and removed from each unique store. It's one reason I find it so hard to shop at Trader Joe's whenever I travel, but I get the meaning behind it. Using hyper personalization methods for your customer experience will help you sell more, make your customers happier, increase customer loyalty, and result in more referrals. Brands must take ownership of the customer experience and create digital experiences that consumers expect, like consumer centric ads, the opportunity to buy directly off of your website, or click to call and reach a live person to capitalize on consumer trends. Every interaction between a customer and your business is a chance to impress. To maximize your opportunities to provide excellent service and close that deal, I do have some steps that you can follow. Number one is remember the human. It's our people. They have their own personalities and goals. Number two, most importantly, they will vary in terms of what stage they are in their journey. Are they ready to buy? Do they need some convincing? Do they need more information before they buy? Your job is to warm them up for sure, but that comes down to serving them, meeting their needs, and helping them make the right decision for them. And number three, in the wise words of Jeffrey Gitomer, people don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. Consultative selling helps you walk that fine line between pushing for sales and missing out on opportunities. This is a customer-centric approach to selling that establishes a positive relationship with your buyers by helping them to solve their problems or find the solution to whatever their need may be. The consultative sales approach helps a sales rep meet customers wherever they are in their journey, ensuring the interaction is both valuable and profitable. However, for the strategy to be effective, reps must first develop a thorough understanding of the customer's pain points. And you can do that by actively listening to your buyers, asking them questions, being as objective as possible, focusing on solutions rather than on products or features, and providing customers with helpful information and resources without asking for anything in return. Consultative selling requires a lot of research and in-depth knowledge about your prospects. This is where your diligent lead sourcing strategies can help alongside a CRM or CSM, some case management software, will help you keep track of it all. And stellar customer experiences, like always, having a live human being ready to help them. So let's bring this all together. Lead source tracking is an essential component in running effective marketing campaigns. By knowing what's working and not working, you can allocate resources more effectively and optimize your campaigns as they take place in real time. When figuring out how you would like to measure success, choose a lead source attribution model that just makes the most sense for your business. And when you begin running different campaigns, make sure that each campaign has a unique identifier so you can determine which campaign is influencing sales. And optimize your funnel from marketing to sales to customer. With that funnel, see if you are capable of speeding it up, personalizing it, making sure it's consistent and high quality at every turn or whatever channel they're interacting with. Again, this primes people to be happier and more satisfied. They want to be known and cared about. After all, we are living in a depersonalized world currently. And you want to invest in the right customer service tools. There are a lot of options out there, but most aren't really built for human centric businesses. People don't love IVRs, as we mentioned, and they don't love chatbots either. Bots can be very useful, don't get me wrong, for repetitive purposes like answering FAQs. But when someone is requesting something, they have a complex need, their emotions are charged, or both, they need to connect with a real human. So, why don't these tools work? It's because they're not taking real customer information into account. They do the bare minimum to solve problems, or more likely, sweep them under the rug because they're not creating a relationship or building trust. Why let go of all that information and tracking once someone becomes a customer? Your customers are your lifeline. And besides, the people you serve deserve more than the bare minimum. If you'd like to learn more about how you can keep better track of your leads, make sure to follow Ruby's community group on Alignable and check out the Small Business Resource Hub on our website. We have a ton of free articles, videos, and infographics that you can use to learn and better your business. And last but not least, it is customer experience and service. We know so much about this because this is our lifeline. From the time our receptionists answer the phone, we work to engage that caller by anticipating their needs. All of that insight is coming from millions of calls that we track and monitor. I think we had over 65 million calls that we tracked just over the past few years, even down to the outbound calls we make on behalf of our customers. At the end of the day, our goal is to sound in house, and the highest compliment we can get is when our customers have folks come into the business and they're surprised when they don't see that friendly voice they spoke to over the phone. At the end of the day, our goal is to exist in a workflow and process that works for our small business customers. To do so, it is really important that we have an understanding of who matters to our customers the most. And it's the people who buy from your business. Whether it's collecting important information from callers or ensuring that your marketing efforts are worth it because every caller receives treatment that they deserve. The mission here is to make their experience positive and to help our small business audience learn to do the same. Whatever technology you decide to implement should be tailored to custom fit your business and the people that you serve. And with that, I just want to say it is a wrap. I hope that you found this presentation on lead source tracking helpful. And I'll be more than happy to do a quick intro to Ruby as well. But I did want to let you all know that in exchange for attending this and listening to me stumble through my words on Monday, no less, you can earn up to $150 off your first 3 months of Ruby with certain call plans and chat sizes. Feel free to use the link in the chat or the QR code on the screen to take advantage of this offer. If you still want to learn more about Ruby, stick around and I'll be happy to fill you in.